name is Liz Nierzwicki, and I'm the founder and the owner and the director of teacher training for Solace Yoga Studio and Solace Yoga School. So I want to thank you for being here and being curious about yoga and wanting to get started. So my intention with today's video is to really just help you kind of get rid of some of the things that really don't matter and help you to get the courage to step into a yoga studio someday and get you started on this fantastic journey. So before I get into all of the technical stuff about yoga, what I want to do is share with you a very quick story. So back in 2008, I was a dancer in high school, I was an athlete. I actually had already practiced yoga at one point in time on a video, a DVD, so I knew about gentle yoga. I actually went to a power yoga class and I was totally turned off because I was in over my head. And I think sometimes that's the biggest thing that happens to people is they go to a hard class and they don't realize that yoga can actually be pretty difficult. And I did that. Even though I was an athlete, even though I was a dancer, I went to a class and it was really hard for me and I actually hated it. I didn't like it at all. And so it's kind of funny that I now own a yoga studio, of all things. But at that time, I really just did not like that class. And it wasn't even until a couple years later that I really kind of started to think about yoga again. And I thought, okay, I'll give yoga a try again. And I now know that yoga can be really easy or yoga can be really hard. And really it's up to us to choose what we want to do. And I actually was out in California and I did a yoga class with a good friend of mine. It was a suggestion he was like, hey, let's go do yoga. And I was like, I don't really want to. And I went to this class, and at the end of that class, you guys, I walked out of that building and I was walking down the street and I just felt like I could float in between my footsteps. There was something that happened that day in the yoga class that I looked at my friend and I was like, what the heck just happened to me? And he goes, oh, you got the yoga high. And I was like, well, whatever this yoga high is, it's legit, it is real, it feels amazing. And I literally just wanted to have that feeling every moment of my life for the rest of my life. So it was that trip to California that I actually went to the airport and I bought 3 magazines that day in the airport, you know, those little magazine stands. I bought an entrepreneur magazine, a yoga journal magazine, and a fitness magazine. And I was like, I am gonna set some goals. And I did. On the airplane that day, I set the goal to become my own boss, to become a yoga teacher, and to do a fitness competition. Those were 3 goals, and I was like, I'm just gonna do these. So when I got home, I started planning, and I right away found a yoga school that I could enroll in to learn about this magical practice. And what happened to me on that mat that day? And I enrolled right away in that program, and I started to learn the path of yoga. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I got hooked. I got hooked because of that feeling that one day. Just that one class was an absolute game changer for me. And ever since then, that has been a trajectory in my life. And I call that like the very first domino that was tipped over in a succession of dominoes that really led me to my truth and my path and my heart and my soul. And so you guys, this practice, it's magical. And I am so glad that you're here and that I am guiding you along this journey because honestly, it's everything. So thank you so much for being here with me and allowing me to teach you these fundamental, foundational tools of this yoga practice.